Let's unpack the amazing connection between ancient sacrifices and their ultimate fulfillment in Jesus.
Ever read Leviticus and wonder about all those sacrifices? Were they just empty rituals or something more?
It all comes down to this. How can a perfect God live with imperfect people? It's a huge problem.
So God set up a system. Let's quickly walk through the 5 main offerings he established. Here's a look at that system. These 5 offerings were totally central to Israel's worship.
First up, the burnt offering. This one was all about total, complete surrender to God. The whole animal was consumed by fire, a powerful symbol of giving everything over to him. Next, the grain offering. This wasn't about sin, but about thankfulness for God's provision. It was a voluntary way to show gratitude, acknowledging that every good thing comes from God.
Then you have the peace offering. This one's unique. It was basically a shared meal with God.
Seriously, God, the priest, and the worshiper all shared in the meal. It was about communion. Okay, but what about when people messed up? That's where the sin offering came in. This showed that sin has a serious cost, death, but it also showed God's provision for forgiveness.
And finally, the guilt offering. This was for when sin caused harm to someone else.
It taught that forgiveness also means making things right with the people you've wronged. But here's the big twist. This entire system, it was never meant to be the final answer. These sacrifices were all just shadows. They were pointing forward to something, or someone much greater. Jesus' total surrender to God's will, that's the ultimate burnt offering right there. And his perfect sinless life, that was the perfect grain offering, totally pleasing to God. Through Jesus, we have peace and fellowship with God. He is our true peace offering. He became our sin offering, taking on the punishment that we all deserved. And he is our guilt offering, restoring what sin broke and making our relationship with God whole again. You see, the problem was that these sacrifices had to be repeated. They only covered sin, they couldn't remove it. But Jesus' sacrifice was once, for all time. He is the real thing all those shadows pointed to. So, you don't need another sacrifice. Jesus is enough. The only question left is, will you surrender?